Hello everyone, welcome to BMN 608 Buddhist Thought and Philosophy, a course offered by the International University of the East, Om Meditation Center, Los Angeles, for the fall 2020. And my name is Venerable Sumita, or Bhante Sumita, and these are my information. And I am the instructor of this course. Buddhist Thought and Philosophy. Week 1 we will discuss today just the introduction of our syllabus. Week 2 we will discuss about the origin and development of Buddhist philosophical ideas and systems, part 1. And then in the week 3 we will discuss about the origin and development of Buddhist philosophical ideas and systems, part 2. And then week 4 we have the origin and development of Buddhist thoughts in India and beyond, part 1. And in week 5 the origin and development of Buddhist thought in India and beyond, part 2. And then in the week 6 we'll have the mid-semester exam. Week 7 we'll cover the spread of Buddhist thought and philosophy along the land Silk routes to Central and East Asia, part 1. And then it will be covered in the following week, week 8, as part 2. And then in week 9, we'll have the spread of Buddhist thought and philosophy along the maritime Silk Road, followed by the final chapter review and final examination in week 10. So a study of the origin and development of Buddhist thought in India and beyond. The course, this course covers the development of Buddhist philosophical ideas and systems, the spread of Buddhist thought and philosophy along the land, Silk routes to Central and East Asia, and the spread of Buddhist thought and philosophy along the maritime Silk Road. And under this course, our course objectives would be to make you understand the origin and development of Buddhist philosophical ideas and systems, and then you should be able to discuss and understand the origin and development of Buddhist thought in India and beyond, and you will be able to examine the spread of Buddhist thought and philosophy along the land, Silk routes through Central and East Asia, and you'll be able to explain the spread of Buddhist thought and philosophy along the maritime Silk Road at the end of this course, BMN 608, Buddhist Thought and Philosophy, during the fall semester 2020. Due to COVID-19, this class will be conducted online only, and the instructions will consist of online lectures, reading assignments, class discussions, and handouts. Students have to study by themselves following the guidelines of the instructor. Staying connected to the instructor is strongly encouraged. Other instructional techniques may also be employed, such as audio-visual presentations, Google Drive folders, Quizlet exercises, and some more instructional delivery system and tool will be used in the course of the coming week. Each online class will have a lecture on the assigned chapters, and students are expected to read the material prior to the class. The The instructor will demonstrate problems in class, case studies in class. There'll be a Google Drive folder containing each week's reading materials and other instructions. Each student will be assigned a separate individual folder for their own assignments, presentations, etc. In order to get access to these separate individual folders and also the Google Drive folder containing each week's reading materials, you need to contact me, you need to communicate with me as soon as possible. Following this uh, lecture, I suppose that you will communicate with me as soon as possible, along with your name and any contact details, information, and make sure you have a Gmail address, because Gmail address will give you full access to Google Drive folders. So all these students must have a Gmail account. Students are supposed to be aware of the online systems and upload all the required assignments, presentations, etc. to the assigned Google Drive folders. So these individual Google Drive folders are there for you to upload all your weekly assignments and midterms and finals. This is very important for all of you to have access to the Google Drive folder. Unless otherwise, a suitable online platform is introduced by the International University at the East, the class will meet through Zoom presentations and appointments with the instructor. Not every week, but in certain cases, like maybe when you have some appointment, if you need some instruction from me, you can make an appointment and we can have a Zoom meeting. And also during our midterms and final examinations, presentations, we might be able to communicate, meet through Zoom app. I know there are some concerns about some students, but if we have a better option, of course, we would like to go for it. Otherwise, we will use it with password protected, encoded. And Google Drive, Zoom, Quizlet, Gmail, YouTube apps, these will be the tools that we are going to use during these upcoming weeks to deliver the lectures and student assignments and tests, etc. Reading materials. So required readings are there, but we will have all of them uploaded to the Google Drive folder. So they are available in the Google Drive folder. Some PDFs and ebooks are there, and some class materials and other class notes will be available in the Google Drive folder. There will also be, it's very important that every week we'll have separate Google Drive folders. For example, week 1, when you go to week 1, you will see uh, the required portion of the class and the reading materials for you to go through, for you to learn. And also the assignment details are also there. So you are expected to be in touch with the Google Drive folder all the time. And then reading materials, there are some additional reading materials for you. Arthur F. Wright's Buddhism in Chinese History is a very good book for you to read if you want to enhance your knowledge in the Buddhist thought and philosophy. And then Asim Kumar Chatterjee's A Comprehensive History of Indian Buddhism is again a wonderful book. And P.V. Bapat's 2,500 Years of Buddhism is a classic. Another very good book, little bit older, but as far as the history of Buddhism is concerned, this also is a very good recommendation. Edward Conce's A Short History of Buddhism is another book that I recommend for you. Kenneth K.S. Chen, Buddhism in China, A Historical Survey, another classic for you to learn about Buddhism in China. And Lars Fogeling's An Archaeological Survey as a History of Indian Buddhism is again a very good book. Nalinak said that that's early history of Buddhism, the spread of Buddhism, and the Buddhist schools will be also very useful for you for your additional reading. Venerable Narada's The Buddha and His Teachings, Skilton Andrew, Concise History of Buddhism, Smith Huston and Philip Novak, Buddhism, A Concise Introduction, Himanshu Prabhare, Archaeological of Seafaring in Ancient South Asia. This is another very good book for you to learn about maritime trades and how important have they been in the course of development of Buddhism through maritime routes. Thomas E.J., The History of Buddhist Thought. Trevor Oswald Ling, A Dictionary of Buddhism, also is a handy book for you. Venerable Valpal Rahula, What the Buddha Taught, is a very precise book, very popular book for you to learn about basic Buddhist concepts. Win Alexander, Buddhism and Introduction, and Zinru Liu, Ancient India and Ancient China, Trade and Religious Exchanges, is yet another very wonderful book. So there are so many materials available, books and articles and journals are available on this subject. So you are welcome to read them in your free time, and these additional readings will also enhance your scope of knowledge in the field of Buddhist thought and philosophy. So the class days and time, Monday 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific time, and this is the instructor availability. My email address and the phone number is there, and I'm available through phone. You may text me with your name and the course so that I can recognize you, and you may also email me for a Zoom appointment, and it's possible to reach me by text or email at any time, as I regularly check my messages and emails, and your query will be responded as soon as possible. And for a possible Zoom meeting, you may also contact me, and I should be able to help you. And the course policies, the instructor reserves the right to change or modify any or the entire syllabus, and will notify students of any changes. So hopefully, if you have any question, you can let me know. Course policy is subject to change again, as this is an online course. Please make every attempt to be inactive with all the online sessions. So it's important that you are in touch with the instructor. And every week we will have a video lesson, and you will have to watch all of them very carefully, and also you have to complete all the given assignments. Weekly basis we have some assignments you have to um, complete those assignments and upload them to the given Google Drive folder. And please, I strongly recommend, if you are interested in following this course, join us from the very beginning. I notice some students join us very late, and it's difficult for them to complete all the assignments if you join very late. And also there are assignments, there are midterm tests, and also there are final presentations. So it's very important that you stay in touch and keep in touch with me all the time on regular basis. And I will strongly recommend you that you be in touch and you be regular. Uh, you have to be regularly active in the course. Then we can see how you progress. So your attendance and you regular and punctual attendance, as well as active student participation, are important parts of students' education. Attendance is strictly monitored through weekly assignments. We don't have any other system otherwise. So we will check how you attend your classes through weekly assignments. And if you weekly submit your assignments, then I can recognize that you attend regularly. All right, so all the missed assignments and additional assignment must be completed according to the professor's guidelines. So you definitely have to get back to me, communicate with me if you had any problem whatsoever. Um, and yeah, if you missed out any of the lessons, you have to get back to me as soon as possible. And you may not miss more than 75% of class sessions. Of course, it's really important that you um, follow all the classes and follow all the lessons and complete all the assignments. 3 consecutive absences definitely require formal notice. And participation policy, each student is expected to be an active participant in weekly online assignments and communicate with the instructor on regular basis. And as I mentioned, your class of participation grade will also reflect the quality and consistency of your contribution. That's really important for you to do it consistently and regularly. And frequent absences will severely impact your participation grade. So again, I strongly recommend that you are in constant touch with your professor, and you let me know if you have any question, and you complete all the assignments every week. And academic integrity is another very important integral part of our course. Each student must do his or her own work. Copying assignments will be considered cheating, and all parties will be penalized. This is a university policy. Please do not wait until the last minute to do your assignment. I encourage students to discuss their classwork and assignments with me if you have any question. And you also learn a lot from your peers if you have. But I think this is just a university policy at the beginning, I remember. But actually, as this is an online course, basically it's your own um, your own self studies. And if I can make some group work or something make it possible, I will let you know. But apparently it is your own self-studies under the guidance of video lessons, and you are also required to read some lessons, study materials. Um, however, after the discussion, each of you should work on your own assignments independently from scratch. Again, this is prior to this is previous statement by the university, and as we have currently been working on the due to this COVID-19 scenario, we have to work as remote and individual basis. One learns by doing, not by working together to print two copies. This is not learning. So yes, this is important. Sometimes students can share each other's, but then it doesn't become a study. It's just copying. It's not learning. So you have to work. You have to study. You have to also prove. If you copy it from Google or something, we will be able to recognize it. And so it's really important. There are a lot of tools now available for us to check if you have copied from internet. A lot of students also, when they want to do something, they just copy from internet, and we will double check with that, and you are very strongly recommended that you follow those ethics, and make sure copywriting issues and also plagiarism issues will not be affected on your assignments. Academic integrity. Any part of an assignment represents the words and ideas of others. You must cite those sources. Academic dishonesty includes, but is not limited to, asking a tutor or friend to complete a portion of your assignment, hiring a reviewer to make extensive revisions to your assignments, submitting work originally submitted by another student as your own, using information from online sources without properly citing your source, and copying any portion of a word or idea from any other source you do not cite. So this will also be very seriously considered. And of course, you can Google, you can quote from any book or any article or something, but also it is important that um, you give enough priority and also credibility. Plus, you give credit to the original writer, original source. It's really important. So, I recommend you give um, priority and credit to the original source. Let's say you read an article in the Google, and then you find that information is very important and very relevant to your assignment. You can cite it, but then you also have to mention that, give credit to that original source. So you mention that, you copy that site, that web page. That will be very important for your academic credential. And projects and assignments. If we have some assignments, so we will be announcing these in class, and due at the beginning of class on the specified due date. No late work will be accepted. All assignments must be emailed or uploaded to the personal Google Drive folder assigned to each of you. All work must be returned on before the due date. You can email, you can upload to your Google Drive folder, and if you have any question, just get back to me. Okay, this is the method of evaluation. Homework will be 30%, midterm 30%, final examination 30%, and final presentation will be 10%, and total 100%. And the grade system accordingly will be like this. The student from 90 to 100 will have A minus, A or A plus, and 80 to 89 B minus, B or B plus, and 70 to 79 C minus, C or C plus, and 60 to 69 D minus, D or D plus, and 60% or less will be F. The student failed to meet the minimum requirement. That is the idea here. And okay, so I think that's it for today. And please stay in touch, and let me know. And you can get back to me through this email and phone number. And wish you all a very wonderful fall 2020 with our this course. And with that, we conclude and wish you all a very wonderful week ahead. See you again. Bye-bye.